Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Robots on the Rise. Yeah. Thank you. My name is Denyse Cardozo, and I am the Executive Director of Silicon Valley Forum, and we have organized this conference today in collaboration with our wonderful partners at NEDO. For those of you who don't know about Silicon Valley Forum, we are a 34-year-old nonprofit organization, and we organize over 70 events per year, and this is all with just a small little team of 6. And our focus is really on supporting and educating people on global emerging technology and the global startup ecosystem. We are delighted to have organized this conference today with our partners at NEDO, a national research and development agency under the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry. Since its establishment in 1980, NEDO has become one of Japan's largest public research and development management organizations. Please welcome to the stage Shin Kameyama, Chief Representative of NEDO Silicon Valley.
Thank you, Denyse. Good morning. My name is Shin Kameyama, Chief Representative of NEDO Silicon Valley Office. Thank you for joining us today. We are co-organizers of this conference with our wonderful partner, Silicon Valley Forum. As our chairman will introduce our organization, NEDO, and address our thoughts on robotics industry later, so I'll be very brief. Well, I'm so excited to welcome so many experts from robotics industry as speakers and moderators today. And also, I'd like to thank so many audience for coming here. So please enjoy this conference. And I really look forward to talking with you later. Thank you very much.
So before I introduce our next speaker, I just want to go through a couple housekeeping items for you. So after each panel discussion today, we're going to open up for about 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A from the audience. If you look to your left and to your right, you will see microphones on either side. So as it gets closer to the end of the panel, please, if you have a question for the panelists, please go to the nearest microphone and ask your question, and we ask that you limit it to one question to get other people the opportunity to ask a question to our speakers. And also, don't forget to tweet out the conference at Silicon Valley Forum, and we should have our hashtags up there. Robots Rise SV, if you can please, tweet out. Today, the chairman of NEDO, Mr. Furukawa, is here from Japan. Prior to NEDO, Mr. Furukawa worked for Hitachi, serving as president and CEO from 2006 to 2009. He has also served as a president of Information Processing Society of Japan. Please welcome Mr. Furukawa.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction, Denyse. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kazuo Furukawa, chairman of NEDO. First of all, I would like to extend my deepest sympathy to families and residents affected by the wildfire in the Northern Bay Area. I sincerely hope for earliest recovery. Moving on, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the speakers who are the leaders of the robotics industry here in Silicon Valley and Japan, and to over 400 attendees who are involved in robotics industry for joining our conference today. And I would also like to thank over 30 companies who are participating in our exhibition, which will open at lunchtime. Japan has been faced with the issues of declining birth rate and the aging society, which are progressing at an unparalleled speed worldwide. And it has become one of the first nations to encounter challenges such as decline in number of working age population and an increase in social society cost. In addition, there are myriad of issues that require immediate attention across the global, such as to prepare ourselves for natural disasters and upgrading infrastructure so that it can withstand heavy rain disaster occurring more often than ever in recent years. Robots are back in the limelight once again in recent years as a key to solve these issues and support economic growth across the world, including developed countries as well as emerging countries. Due to the advancement of digitalization, cloud computing, and other network foundation, and progress of artificial intelligence, the definition of robot itself is drastically changing in recent years, and cars and electronics can be considered as robots very soon. Today, we welcome speakers who are changing robot industry in Japan and the US here in Silicon Valley, which is the heart of disruptive innovation. As one of the organizers, I'm really excited to hear their thoughts on the status of robotic industry and the future. As NEDO, our mission is to promote the innovation technology development and its commercialization while calling upon the expertise of Japan industry and academias. And our goal is that these technologies will contribute to help solving various issues all over the world. Robots has becoming rapidly common in Japan since the 1980s, primarily in manufacturing sector. In particular, the automobile, electric and electronics industry have shown a significant growth utilizing robotics technology. Japan's excellence in field of robotics has particularly been notable in the area of industrial robots, which has been employed ahead of others. In addition, Japan holds a great share in the field of key robot elements, such as precision reduction gears, servo motors, and force sensors. Utilizing our technology expertise in robots, NEDO is promoting robot development which will help solve pressing issues in the field of the manufacturing, service, and infrastructure maintenance and management. We also put focus on the development of innovative technology which can be utilized in the next generation, where human and robots will work together, incorporating artificial intelligence. Now, may I call your attention to our new event. We are currently organizing World Robot Summit in Japan next year and 2020, which is the year of Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics, to accelerate wider implementation of robots and its research and development. It is a world robot contest in 3 categories. You will hear more about this topic in the keynote speech by Mr. Yasuda of METI. We hope that you will participate in our World Robot Summit in 2018 and 2020. We hope people in robots industry, both in Japan and the US, can have insightful discussion through today's conference and exhibition, and build strong relationships for our future. Let's change our world by robotics. Thank you very much.
From the Consul-General of Japan in San Francisco, please welcome Jun Yamada.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jun Yamada. I'm Consul-General of Japan in San Francisco. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I'm so glad to be here. I would like to start by expressing my thanks to NEDO Chairman Kazuo Furukawa and Chief Representative Shinnosuke Kameyama from NEDO Silicon Valley for partnering with Silicon Valley Forum on this great event. I'd like to acknowledge Director Denyse Cardozo for all your work and you and your team have done to realize today's program. I can't think of a better time to talk about robots than today. Each time we face a large-scale natural disaster, we think about help from robots. Now, as you know, as Mr. Furukawa mentioned, really terrible and tragic wildfires still rampant in the north. Perhaps 6 years ago in Japan, we thought about the same thing when we had this tsunami earthquake and nuclear disaster. Throughout history, it has been presumed that robots would one day be able to mimic human behavior and manage tasks in a human-like fashion. Today, as technological advances continue, we get one step closer to such future day by day. I am proud of the reputation Japan has established as a world leader in the field of robotics. We are fortunate to have Mr. Atsushi Yasuda, a representative from METI here today, as one of our keynote speakers. METI established the Robotics Policy Office in 2015 in order to drive regulatory reform and set guidelines for this growing industry. And Mr. Yasuda currently serves as its director. I look forward to Yasuda-san's presentation. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to emphasize the practical application of robotics in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics teaching. Robotics can be used to stimulate the interest of younger generations in these disciplines and urge them to pursue their further knowledge and skills necessary to solve many critical problems of our time, perhaps disaster prevention and mitigation included. Today, we have some of the foremost experts in the field from both the United States and Japan getting together here. It is my sincere hope that you will learn a lot from the speakers and presenters while establishing new professional and personal friendship and meaningful network for your future work. Thank you very much.